only me, Claire Baker, former Clutterholic, founder of clutterclearing.net. Welcome to this video, and sorry for the silence over the last couple of months. I am going to explain. Also, apologies for my state of half undress. The weather here in the UK has been glorious for the last, I don't know, week and a bit. So I am making the most of it, not working with anybody face to face today. So, I love the sun. It just changes my mood tremendously. I don't know about you. You may be able to hear water in the background. I'm not having an accident. I have the pond fountain going. Oh, the sounds of summer. All we need now is for somebody to start mowing their lawn, and my life is complete. You may notice there's the sunshade over the pond. It's because the trees haven't grown big enough to create shade yet, and we were getting a lot of blanket weed in the pond. A huge nightmare. If you do know anything about ponds and you know about blanket weed and you have a solution, an organic one, I don't want to use chemicals, please do let me know. I don't want to scoop it all out because the tadpoles are in there. They're quite big, they're growing, they're going to sprout legs any minute. Proud mother. Yes, really pleased with how things are going. Slight crisis yesterday, no, 2 days ago. Harry, our hedgehog, was out during the day, which is always a bad sign. So we had to take him to a wildlife sanctuary. Hopefully he's coming back. We think he might have lice or ticks. Is it ticks that suck blood out of them? So yes, very worrying about Harry the hedgehog. But fingers crossed, he'll be coming back to us. So anyway, hope you have been well. Were you aware of Hoarding Week last week? Very busy week. It almost felt complete that we had Hoarding Week and then we had the Royal Wedding on Saturday, which I don't know whether you watched it. I thought it was beautiful. I'm not like a super fan for the royal family, but I do think it was done beautifully. So, and the weather was good as well, which helped. And it was, like I say, it kind of finished off Hoarding Week, which was very, very busy, and lots of really positive press coverage, which is good. So, what's been going on? Why have I been quiet? Well, clutter clearing wise, my Success Club members who started in January, so proud. They're doing so well. We have cleared 27 rooms of clutter. And that's with 10 Success Club members. So that's an average of 2.7 rooms each. Obviously, a few have done 2. Some have done 2, some have done 3. One has done 4. And the great thing is that they are not just clearing it. They are keeping those rooms clear. And what's interesting as well is that they start off with their worksheet 7. If you're familiar with the clutter clearing process, you'll know what I'm talking about. They start off thinking about their worksheet 7, and then when they get there, it's not necessarily dramatically different to their worksheet 7, but how they thought the room was going to be when they started is not how it ends up being. It ends up being so much better than they ever imagined. It's hard, isn't it, when you've got a cluttered room or a cluttered area to imagine how it could be when it's clutter free. You can't think even about the detail. All you're imagining is the space. So really proud of my Success Club members. Yay. As a result of that, it's also focused my mind. You know what? People succeed when they commit the time and the effort to it. My Success Club members are clearing their clutter essentially full time. All of them are doing 4 days a week of clutter clearing. Well, 4.5. We have to have our Friday finances session. And that is why they are succeeding. They are managing to stay clear because they are in a routine of doing the doing. They are learning and understanding more about their clutter. It's hard work. Let's not beat about the bush. You know, we're near the end of May, so they've been doing it for nearly 5 months. They're tired. They're working towards their rewards each and every time. That's how they're managing to stay motivated, and obviously their weekly calls with me to help keep the motivation going, deal with the issues that are coming up. But I've almost been afraid over the last 17 years to actually say to people, you know what, if you want to clear your clutter, you're going to have to treat this like a full-time course. And I think with hindsight, I've almost shied away from that. I've tried to find a quicker solution. I've tried to say, well, you'll be able to clear it in 3 months. I've never said that, but the programs that I've run have been 3-month programs. And although people may commit to a 3-month program, it is rare that they continue on their own after that. If you have been on any of my courses and not continued your journey with me, I suspect that you have stopped your journey. So I'm creating something new and exciting for clutter clearing that starts in September. That might be a bit of a clue as to how long this new and exciting thing might last, the fact that it starts in September when schools start. So keep your eyes out for a video in which I'll be explaining. If you're a top tip subscriber on the website, look out for an email from me at the beginning of June with more details. There is also an email going out because of the data protection laws in the EU are changing, so kind of an admin type email. But in terms of part of the reason why I've been quiet, all will be explained in a video and an email at the beginning of June. It's only next week. Really? Where's this year gone? I know, my clutter clients. It's gone in their rooms, 27 clear rooms, and continuing to stay clear rooms. Yes. In terms of my weight loss, what's been going on? It's stopped. I haven't lost any more. However, I haven't gained. Yay! I've lost muscle tone, so I'm not feeling or looking quite as toned as I used to be. And my clothes, they're not snug, but they're not as loose on me as they were because I've lost muscle tone, because I haven't been as good at going to the gym because life has been so busy. It's just been my husband and I keep saying we're out of our routine, and you don't realize how important the routine is until you're out of it. We're consciously getting back into it. We know it's a temporary change to our routine, but my aim is to maintain and to continue not to gain. Oh, maintain and gain, it rhymes. So yes, my goal at the moment with my weight loss journey is to maintain, not to gain. And I'm succeeding at achieving that. So each week when I get on the scales, if I'm the same weight, yay, positive. Got to be kind to myself. And it's a good reminder for me as well, in that when I get to goal, when I get to the weight that I want to be and the size that I want to be, I will need to be able to maintain, won't I? To make sure that the weight doesn't go back on again. So I'm taking the positive. I'm annoying, aren't I? I always find a positive to a negative. I am perfecting the skill of not gaining weight. So even now, where life is extremely busy, pretty stressful, I'll tell you why in a minute, I am able to stay the same weight. And that is going to be the secret of my success when I get to goal. And when I'm not so as busy, life will always be busy, but it is particularly busy today, at the moment, and it is particularly stressful. I am teaching myself right now that I will be able to maintain. When I've done the weight loss programs before, when I did Weight Watchers twice, and then I tried to lose my weight myself, as soon as life has got busy and life has got stressful, the weight's gone back on again. And it's not this time. So I am totally seeing the positive in all this. That's why it feels different to every other time that I've tried to lose weight in the past, and kind of got to what felt like a sticking point. Whereas right now it feels like a pause in the weight loss, but it is continuing with the retraining program, if that makes sense. So it's a bit like with clutter clearing. We need to do the doing, but we also need to learn and understand, and I feel like, and create new habits. And so at the moment I feel like, yes, I'm not losing weight, but I am learning, understanding, and creating the habits of maintaining. Does that make sense? I have no doubt that once this particularly stressful period is over, I will once again start to lose weight. And as long as I can maintain during this period, I will be happy days, happy life. And I anticipate that it may be till the end of the year. Why? What's been going on? Well, it's not clutter clearing because my Success Club members are doing so well, so proud. And my hoarder, I have a hoarder at the moment. She is doing really well, really proud. It's non-work, non-clutter clearing life events which have been cluttering up my life. So my mother-in-law, she's down at the other end of the garden, under the umbrella. She is currently with us. She's with us until Monday the 4th of June. Oh, deep breaths. I love my mother-in-law, but she's had a cataract operation. And so she's up here for recovery because she has to have drops and she's struggling with putting the drops in. She is 80. We have to be, lenient with her. But it's always a challenge because she's always trying to pay for everything. Even when we go to the supermarket, she's trying to pay for everything, so we don't take her anymore. And she fusses, and it's because she cares. But deep breaths. So yes, it's lovely, but it's, she has to have these drops 4 times a day, and I have to help her with them, and she can't get in and out of the shower on her own, so I have to help her with that. So it is quite demanding on the care side. I have no problems with doing it. She's my mother-in-law and I love her. But that's not the only thing that she's doing. She's also decided to move to Banbury, to be near us, and to be near her other son who also lives here, and her grandson. And she decided this. We've been trying to persuade her to move so that as she gets older, we keep saying to her, we're thinking 5 and 10 years ahead, that when she needs a little bit of extra help, because she currently lives 75 miles away from us, we can't be on hand to help her. So we can't become Meals on Wheels. So we've been saying to her, you won't be able to live independently as long if you stay living where you are, because she's also on a 1st floor flat, so she's got steps to climb. When they become more of a struggle, she's going to be more trapped in her home. She loves walking, she doesn't drive. If she moved up here into a bungalow, she could live independently longer because we could help out with initial care, simple care, like I say, Meals on Wheels. So she could stay living independently longer. It wasn't working. And then my husband had a phone call with her and was particularly frustrated and said, fine, Mum, if you don't want to move up here and into a little bungalow, then fine, I don't want to talk about it anymore. Put the phone down. Apparently that's when she decided she was moving. Really pleased that she decided to move. But she decided to tell us when my husband and I were actually in Cornwall for his birthday weekend, and we literally, she left a message on his mobile while we were on a cliff top. It was a glorious weather like this, actually. We were doing some cliff top walking, some coastal path walking in Cornwall, and that's when we got the call. Or got the message and then called her back, and and it was great. But of course it then meant that a whole series of events started, putting her flat on the market, looking at properties up here. She's found a property she likes up here, but she hasn't sold her flat, and it's managing all of that, but also managing her, and we haven't sold her flat yet. It is a bargain. It is a bargain. So that's all going to be happening, hopefully over the next few months. Hopefully she'll have moved by Christmas. There is the prospect that if she sells her flat but doesn't have anything to go to because the property she likes is gone, she could be moving in with us. That would be interesting. So yes, I'm dealing with the practical things like that because my husband and her other son who live up here, are not good at organising that. And they can't do that during the daytime. They don't have the flexibility of being able to make the odd phone call here and there like I do. So I'm looking after her with her cataract recovery. I am basically managing her move and managing her, trying to manage her. So yes, and she also has don't tell her, but she has a little bit of a hoarding gene. We decluttered her flat in order to be able to put it on the market, and I went to see her a few days later for her cataract operation because I took her to the hospital, and piles had appeared. And I said to her, right, June, we need to move these piles so that if there is a viewing while you're away with us, they don't. Oh, but that's a neat and tidy pile. And I said, no, June, it needs to look like the photographs. No piles. Piles are never a good thing, medical or otherwise. I found myself telling her things that I tell my clients. It's a good job she's not there at the moment, so that if there are viewings, people aren't seeing piles of clutter appear. So yes, but also we're trying to decorate our home. We'd started that before we got the phone call saying she wanted to move. So we were in the throes of decorating at the time, or my husband was. I was obviously coordinating the decorating. I decorated the ceiling. I cleaned the ceiling, and then he did the rest. So yes, so we're in the throes of that, although to be honest, it's kind of on hold while she's up here. And then my husband is also semi-retiring. So there's big changes going on there. We are adjusting to that change. You know what? Kind of telling you about all of this, I think I'm crazy, you know. But yeah, so this is why life is busy, very, very busy, and also quite stressful. You know, and it's full of change. And I am married to a man who is not good with change. That may be the biggest stress at the moment. It's a stress I can manage. And I am continuing with my weekly counselling for my weight loss. And obviously at the moment, a lot of that is to do with just offloading the stresses that I have on a day-to-day basis, so that, you know, I don't end up losing it. My mother-in-law. So yes, there's a lot going on. So hopefully this explains why I have been so quiet over the last couple of months. If I do get sort of an hour or here and there to myself, I just spend it quietly in the garden, by the pond, on my bench over there, where the grapevines I put in last year are beautifully growing up the frame, which is very exciting. The lavender is about to burst. So yeah, so my big reward is sitting in the garden, noticing all the changes. We've actually got a few flowers on the wisteria this year as well. It's been in for a couple of years, but this year we've finally got a few flowers. That is my huge reward. That is my sense of calm. I've been out watering the garden each night for the last week or so, and it takes me an hour to go around and water everything. And that's kind of my quiet time. That's my me time, to maintain my sanity. So I'm really sorry about the silence, like I say, over the last couple of months. Hopefully this explains why. But there are exciting things on the horizon. Like I say, do look out for a video probably next weekend, and an email explaining something really exciting with clutter clearing that's coming in September. And for those of you who are able to, it will actually be an opportunity for you to come here and for you and me and a group to work on our clutter and our clutter clearing journey together. Intriguing, I hope. So do watch out for that. I shall stop warbling on now. I shall go and make mother-in-law and I our afternoon 4 o'clock Earl Grey tea. We're getting into a routine, as you can probably tell. And then I've got a client later, one of my Success Club members later. So thank you for watching, thank you for listening. Keep going. Okay, if you are on your clutter clearing journey or your weight loss journey, just keep going. And my advice would be, from where I am, if you can maintain, even if life is crazy, if you can maintain, that is a huge success, because it means that once you have cleared all the clutter or lost all the weight, you will be able to maintain. Okay. I shall love you and leave you. I won't leave it so long next time before I check in with you. But thank you for watching and take care. Bye-bye.